Alright, I'm Matt Jones and I'm making an immersive RPG in Godot. And this is the second devlog. Sorry I've been away for a little bit longer than I anticipated. I'm moving, so I've been doing a lot of cleaning and painting and people have been turning the internet on and off, so it's made things extra difficult. But I've intermittently been doing a few things, so I've got a couple of cool things I want to show you guys. Alright, first thing is I've been working on making the sunrise and the sunsets a lot better so you can have day and night cycles. Now this one's, keep in mind this is sped up, it's obviously not going to be this fast. I'm thinking maybe about 48 minutes or so, or 30 times faster than normal. I think that's what Fallout and Skyrim use generally. Notice the sky's getting a lot bluer. The horizon it's getting a lot less pink now. It's pretty much daytime. And I added a lens flare. Doesn't look that good. It's just a static image. I need to do some more work on it. What else? Let me show you this before I show you nighttime. I want to make the items. So for instance, this is a 308 hunting rifle. It uses two hands. So if character has it out, both their hands are used. So you can't use your left hand or your right hand right now. They're used by the gun. But if I switch to a pistol, then just my right hand will be used, and my left hand will be free to eat things or do whatever else. So now I'm eating this, and obviously keep in mind these aren't animations; these are just temporary scaffolding placeholders just to show stuff. So for instance, I can use the gun while I'm eating with my left hand, so my right hand is shooting. So that's cool. Um, what else do we have here? Oh, let's see, nighttime. Nice sunset. It's a lot more orange and washed out than I want, but that's still really cool. It's because sunset's usually a lot more orange out in the desert here. I added some street lamps with real lights. Um, as you can see, it's getting a lot darker. I want to make the game so it's like the lighting is more realistic. So if you're out in the middle of the desert at night, you can't really see anything unless you have some sort of light source. Like for instance, let me show you the car headlights here. Oh, I need to change the light shader. This one's a bit ugly, but you can see the light, the the lights from the headlight lights making everything look a lot more so you can see. But then if you're just over here, you can't really see much. And I made the lights destructible, so you can break this lamp or you can break those headlights if I can shoot them. There we go. So now it's a lot darker, and then the store has destructible lights too. If I could hit them. Let's see, what else do I have here? Oh, one of the really cool things I'm working on is like how do I deal with stuff getting far away from the world center? Because if you look at other open world games, once you get about I don't know, 5 kilometers or so away from the world center, the physics starts to be a lot less accurate. So here I have multiple processes, multiple instances of Godot in which this see that little yellow character, it's supposed to be a bird. It's flying back and forth. I think once it gets to about, the world center is here. Once it gets to about 4 kilometers, it turns around and starts going back. And then once it gets to 3 kilometers, here it will switch over to this other process. And where the world center is here. So it's here and here. There's about 4 kilometers between them. So if I use this technique, I can just have, for instance, the player could start walking away from a town maybe 100 kilometers away, but then the town, I still want to have that active with the people in the town active and doing stuff. And I'm either going to have to play 100 kilometers from center or the town 100 kilometers of center based on that. But if I use this technique, I can just have multiple centers and run everything in its own process. And this uses the RPC code in Godot. I'm going to do another video on this to show exactly how I do it, because this is really cool. I mean, just think of the potential. I could run this window off screen at a much lower frame rate with much lower graphical settings, and it'll only use like 100 megabytes of RAM and almost no GPU. And I could just have a whole bunch of these, so that you can have an absolutely huge open world without the physics going bananas when stuff gets too far away. Uh, what else have I been working on? Oh, one thing that's kind of deceptively simple is doing platforms, especially with I'm sorry, moving platforms, especially when they're moving in multiple directions at the same time. This one's moving up and back, and you can see I'm just standing still. I'm getting moved like I should. I can still move around, and if I jump, I move like you would expect because the platform is moving. So that's cool. I'm going to do a tutorial on this because I've seen a bunch of people struggle with it, and so I'm gonna I want to have like a cool example of how to do it easily. It just uses a raycast, and I can just move back. I said, what else have I been working on? Oh, pretty much. I've done lots of cleanup in the code because for before I was using subclasses for everything. So, for instance, I had like a base item for all the items, a base building for all the buildings, and they would all inherit from that. And that would create a problem because if I wanted to, for instance, see what happens when they get nuked, I would have to sit there and check each one over and check what the base class is, which just created this huge like nasty code here that would have to be updated every time I change something. So now I'm just using groups, so I can just assign everything to the group nukable, and then it's in that group. So I recommend you guys use groups instead of inheritance. It makes the code so much nicer. There's so much in here that's a million times nicer. And I think that's pretty much it. Um, like I said, I'm going to make those two tutorials for the platforms and how to split up things across processes. And I'm going to continue to work on things. Let me know if you guys have any questions about anything, or if you want me to make any more tutorials or whatever. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.